I stopped being visible somewhere around year 12 of the marriage. Not invisible. Visible things can be ignored. I became background noise. A chair, a lamp, something you walk past without acknowledging because you know it will always be there. My wife Amanda still kissed me goodbye in the mornings, still asked how my day was, still laughed at appropriate moments during dinner conversations, but her eyes never quite focused when she looked at me. Like she was reading a teleprompter positioned just over my left shoulder. Our daughter Emily was worse. 24 years old, college educated, working some vague marketing job that required her to dress like she was attending a funeral for someone she didn't particularly like. She had Amanda's cheekbones and my stubbornness, though she would have denied inheriting anything from me. Dad, that's not how Netflix works. Dad, nobody uses email anymore. Dad, you're thinking of the old internet? I was 48, not 112. I worked in commercial HVAC design. Not glamorous, but it paid well. I understood thermodynamics, airflow patterns, building codes across 3 states. I could calculate heat load in my head faster than most engineers could pull up the software. But at home, I couldn't figure out how to use the television remote correctly. According to Emily, anyway. It was a Tuesday when I found the file. Amanda had left Sunday morning for a conference in Phoenix. Real estate development, something about mixed-use properties and tax incentives. She worked for a commercial property firm downtown. Project manager. Good at it. Made slightly more than I did, which had never bothered me but seemed to bother Emily on my behalf. Mom's basically carrying the household, Emily had said once, like I wasn't sitting right there. Amanda had packed efficiently. 1 roller bag, laptop case. She moved through the house that Sunday like she was following a checklist. Kiss, reminder about the recycling. Gone. The hotel confirmation came through our shared email Monday morning. Hilton Phoenix downtown. 3 nights. She had texted a photo from the conference center that afternoon. Terrible lighting. Name tag visible. Very convincing. Tuesday morning, I was working from home, pulling up some CAD files from our shared cloud storage. We kept everything there. Tax documents, photos, recipes Amanda clipped from websites and never made. That's when I saw the folder. It was labeled Phoenix Materials. Created Saturday. Last modified Sunday at 6:47 a.m. before she left for the airport. I opened it. Inside were 3 documents, all PDFs. The first was a receipt from a restaurant called Jade Garden, date-stamped Friday night. 2 entrees, 2 drinks. Total came to $73 before tip. Friday, when Amanda had been home, when we had ordered Thai food and watched some documentary about ocean plastics. The second document was a parking receipt. Saturday, 4:15 p.m. Downtown parking garage. Not our downtown, different city code at the top. The third was a photo, not a screenshot. A photo someone had taken of a printed photograph. You could see the edge of the frame, the slight glare from overhead lighting. Amanda and Emily, standing in front of a building I didn't recognize, a modern, glass and steel. They were smiling. Really smiling. The kind of smile you can't fake. Amanda's arm around Emily's shoulders. Emily holding what looked like a set of keys. I zoomed in, read the reflection in the glass behind them. Wellington Heights. I searched it. Luxury apartments. 2 cities over. The kind of place with a gym on the 5th floor and a rooftop deck that overlooked nothing interesting but charged you for the view anyway. I closed the laptop, made coffee, sat at the kitchen table and listened to the refrigerator hum. My phone buzzed. Text from Amanda. Keynote speaker is awful. Send help. I typed back, hang in there. She sent a laughing emoji. I set the phone down and stared at the kitchen wall. We had painted it gray 3 years ago. Amanda had called it intellectual gray. I had called it gray. Emily had called it very 2019, which I think was an insult. The coffee tasted fine. I drank it slowly. I didn't call Amanda. I didn't call Emily. I opened my laptop again and looked at that photo. Really looked at it. The timestamp in the corner. Saturday, 2:38 p.m. Amanda had told me she was meeting a college friend for lunch Saturday. Someone passing through town. I hadn't asked questions because I never asked questions. Why would I? We had been married for 26 years. I zoomed in further, looked at Emily's hand. The keys she was holding had a round fob attached. Logo printed on it. I couldn't make it out clearly, but the shape was familiar. Wellington Heights used that exact key fob design. I had seen it in their promotional materials online. I sat back. The refrigerator kept humming. Somewhere down the street, a dog barked. I picked up my phone and scrolled back through Amanda's texts from Saturday. Running late. Traffic is insane. Finally found parking. Lunch is taking forever. Be home by 5. She had gotten home at 5:47, apologized for being late, complained about the friend who apparently talked too much about her divorce. I had been replacing a leaking faucet in the guest bathroom. Barely looked up when she came in. I went back to the shared cloud folder, checked the metadata on that photo. Uploaded Sunday morning. 6:47 a.m., right before Amanda left for Phoenix, except Amanda wasn't in Phoenix. Or she was, but she had also been somewhere else on Saturday, with Emily, getting keys to an apartment I knew nothing about. I closed the laptop again, finished my coffee, opened the laptop one more time and looked up Wellington Heights lease prices. 2 bedrooms started at $2,800 a month. I checked our bank accounts. Joint checking, joint savings, my individual account from work, her individual account from work. Nothing unusual, no large withdrawals, no transfers I didn't recognize, which meant Emily was paying for it, or someone else was. I drummed my fingers on the table, thought about calling Emily, asking her directly, but that would tip my hand. I had spent 12 years being background noise, 12 years being the man who didn't understand how Netflix worked, the man who asked obvious questions and got patient, condescending answers. If I called Emily now, if I asked her about Wellington Heights, she would do exactly what she always did. She would explain it to me like I was simple. She would make it sound reasonable. She would make me feel stupid for asking, and I would never get the truth. I looked at the photo again. Amanda and Emily, arms around each other, genuine happiness on their faces. They looked like co-conspirators. They looked like a team. I was not on that team. I saved the photo to my personal drive, deleted nothing from the shared folder, left everything exactly as I had found it. Then I opened my work email and spent the rest of the day doing my job. That night I heated up leftover pasta, ate it standing at the counter, watched a YouTube video about foundation repair on my phone. Emily called at 7. "Hey, Dad." "Hey, just checking in. How's Mom's conference?" I paused, fork halfway to my mouth. "Fine, I think. She texted earlier." "Good. She works too hard." "Yeah." Silence. I could hear traffic on Emily's end. She was driving. "You okay, Dad?" "Fine. Why?" "You sound weird." "I'm eating." "Okay, well, I'll let you go." "Sure." She hung up. I set the phone down and stared at the pasta. It had gone cold. Emily never called just to check in. Emily barely called at all unless she needed something. I threw the pasta away, washed the fork, went upstairs and got into bed with my laptop, opened Facebook, found Emily's profile. We were friends, but she never posted anything personal. Just shared articles about workplace culture and startup success stories. I scrolled back through 6 months of posts. Nothing. I tried Instagram. She had it set to private. I didn't follow her there. Didn't even know her handle. I opened LinkedIn. Emily Ross, marketing associate at Helix Dynamics. Helix Dynamics. I had heard the name before. Couldn't place it. I clicked through to the company page. Tech startup. Cloud-based workflow solutions. Whatever that meant. Founded 3 years ago. Headquarters downtown. Same downtown as that parking garage. I clicked on the People tab. Scrolled through employees. Stopped on one name. Kyle Brennan. Co-founder and COO. 31 years old. Vanderbilt MBA. Before Helix, he had been at some consulting firm in Chicago. His profile photo showed him at a conference. Microphone in hand. Confident smile. I clicked back to Emily's profile. Looked at her connections. Kyle Brennan was there. I opened a new tab, searched Kyle Brennan Helix Dynamics, found an interview he had done with a local business journal 8 months ago. The photo showed him in the Helix Dynamics office. Glass walls, exposed brick, open floor plan. He was leaning against a standing desk with his arms crossed, and in the background, barely visible, was Emily. I zoomed in. Same blouse she had worn in a photo she posted on LinkedIn 4 months ago. I sat up straighter. Went back to the Wellington Heights website, looked at their floor plans, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, premium finishes, in-unit washer and dryer. Why would Emily need 2 bedrooms? She lived in a studio apartment across town, complained about it constantly, too small, too loud, terrible water pressure. But $2,800 a month was steep, even for someone working in tech, unless she wasn't living there alone. I searched Kyle Brennan and relationship status. Nothing. I searched Kyle Brennan and girlfriend. Still nothing. I tried a different approach. Went back to Emily's Instagram, found her through Amanda's profile. Amanda followed her. Emily's most recent photo was from 3 weeks ago. Coffee shop, laptop open. Caption, grinding. 17 likes, 4 comments. 1 comment from an account called KB Brennan. Get it. I clicked on his profile. Private. But his profile photo was clear enough. Kyle Brennan. I closed the laptop, lay back against the pillows, stared at the ceiling. Amanda came home Friday. I picked her up from the airport at 6. She looked tired, dragged her roller bag to the car and collapsed into the passenger seat. How was it? I asked. Long, boring. The keynote guy was terrible. You mentioned that. She smiled, patted my knee. Thanks for getting me. We drove home in comfortable silence. She scrolled through her phone. I kept my eyes on the road. At home, she unpacked, threw clothes in the hamper, plugged her laptop into charge. I made dinner, grilled chicken, roasted vegetables, nothing fancy. Emily showed up at 7:30. She let herself in. Didn't knock, never knocked. Hey, Mom, welcome back. Amanda hugged her. Long hug, longer than usual. I missed you, Amanda said. Missed you too. They separated. Emily glanced at me. Hey, Dad. Hey. She sat at the kitchen table. Amanda poured her a glass of wine without asking. I plated the food, set it down in front of them, sat down myself. How was Phoenix? Emily asked. Amanda launched into a story about the conference, the sessions she had attended, the people she had networked with. She was animated, smiling, using her hands to emphasize points. Emily listened, laughed at the right moments, asked follow-up questions. I ate my chicken. And how was your week? Amanda asked Emily. Busy. We just landed a new client. Big enterprise deal. That's amazing. Yeah. Kyle is really excited about it. My fork paused, just for a second. Amanda didn't react, just sipped her wine. Kyle? I asked. Emily looked at me. My boss. I thought you worked for someone named Jennifer. I do. Kyle is the COO. He oversees all the departments. Got it. I went back to my chicken. He's really smart, Emily continued. Total workaholic, but he knows how to motivate people. Sounds like a good leader, Amanda said. He is. They kept talking, about work, about some Netflix show they were both watching, about a restaurant they wanted to try. I finished eating, cleared my plate, loaded the dishwasher. Emily stayed for another hour. She and Amanda sat in the living room. I could hear them laughing. I went upstairs, opened my laptop, looked at that photo again, Amanda and Emily. Wellington Heights. Saturday afternoon, the day before Amanda left for Phoenix. I heard Emily leave, heard Amanda lock the door, heard her come upstairs. She poked her head into the bedroom. You okay? Fine, just catching up on some work. Don't stay up too late. I won't. She kissed my forehead, went to brush her teeth. I closed the laptop, lay in bed, and stared at the dark ceiling. Amanda thought I didn't notice things. Emily thought I was oblivious. They were wrong. I noticed everything. I just didn't react. Not yet. While you're here, hit the hype button. Don't forget to subscribe and support this channel with a like. And tell us below, have you ever faced something like this? Saturday morning, Amanda slept late. I got up at 6, made coffee, sat in the living room with my laptop and searched for things I didn't want to find. I started with property records. Wellington Heights didn't list individual tenants publicly. I tried the county assessor's website. The building was owned by some LLC. I switched tactics. Opened the shared cloud folder again, scrolled through recent uploads. Amanda had been meticulous. Every business trip documented. Hotel confirmations, expense receipts, conference agendas, Phoenix, Seattle, Denver, Austin, all within the last 4 months. I opened my calendar, cross-referenced dates. Phoenix, 3 nights. She had been gone Sunday through Wednesday. Seattle, 2 nights. Thursday and Friday. Denver, 4 nights. Monday through Thursday. Austin, 3 nights. Sunday through Tuesday. Every trip started or ended on a weekend. I went back to the shared folder. Found the Seattle trip from 6 weeks ago. Hotel confirmation, Sheraton Seattle downtown. I opened a new tab, searched the hotel, pulled up their phone number, called it. Sheraton Seattle, how may I help you? Hi, I need to confirm a reservation for my wife. She stayed with you about 6 weeks ago. I can help with that. What's the name? Amanda Ross, typing sounds. I'm showing a reservation under that name for November 7th and 8th. Is that correct? Yes. Can you confirm she checked in? I'm sorry, sir. I can't provide guest information for security reasons. She's my wife. I understand, but our policy doesn't allow me to confirm check-ins or check-outs over the phone. Fine, thank you. I hung up, stared at the phone. She had a reservation. That didn't mean she used it. I tried a different approach. Opened our credit card statements. Found the charge for the Sheraton Seattle, $247. Posted November 9th. One night, but the reservation was for 2 nights. I scrolled through the rest of the statement, looking for anything strange, nothing obvious. Grocery stores, gas stations, her usual coffee shop. But there was a charge I didn't recognize. November 7th, the day she supposedly arrived in Seattle. Bistro Verde, $112. I searched it. Italian restaurant. Not in Seattle. 2 cities over. Same city as Wellington Heights. I sat back, listened to the coffee maker gurgle. Amanda had been in Seattle for work. She had a hotel reservation. She had charged 1 night to our card. But she had also eaten dinner 2 cities over the night she was supposed to be checking into that hotel. I went back to the Phoenix trip. Last week. Hotel confirmation. Hilton Phoenix downtown. 3 nights. I pulled up our credit card statement. Hilton Phoenix charge, $493. Posted Tuesday, 2 nights. Not 3. I searched for restaurant charges during those dates. Found one. Monday night. The Capitol Grill. $87. I searched the restaurant. Not in Phoenix. 2 cities over. Same city as Wellington Heights. I set the laptop aside. Rubbed my eyes. Amanda padded downstairs at 8. Hair messy. Wearing the t-shirt she slept in. Morning, she said. Morning. You're up early. Couldn't sleep? She poured coffee. Sat next to me on the couch. What are you working on? Just some project stuff. On a Saturday? Yeah. She leaned against me, sipped her coffee. Want to do anything today? She asked. Like what? I don't know. We could drive up to that antique place you like. I didn't like antique places. She liked antique places. Sure, I said. She smiled. Kissed my cheek. We drove up to the antique mall an hour later. She wandered through aisles of furniture and glassware. I followed. She picked up a lamp. Examined it. What do you think? It's a lamp. But do you like it? If you like it, get it. She set it down. Moved to the next booth. I watched her. The way she tilted her head when she was considering something. The way she ran her fingers along the edge of a table to check for stability. 26 years. I knew her routines, her preferences, the exact way she liked her coffee, the side of the bed she always slept on, but I didn't know where she had been last Monday night. We got lunch at a diner on the way home. She ordered a salad, I ordered a burger. Emily seems happy, Amanda said. Does she? Yeah, I think work is going really well for her. Good, Amanda poked at her salad. You don't sound enthusiastic. I'm eating, she smiled. Fair? We drove home in silence. That night Emily came over again. She had a habit of showing up unannounced, always around dinner time, always staying just long enough to eat and make me feel like furniture. Amanda cooked. Pasta. Emily set the table. I sat in the living room and pretended to watch television. Dad, can you open this? Emily called from the kitchen. I got up, walked over. She handed me a wine bottle. I opened it, handed it back. Thanks. She didn't look at me. I went back to the living room, heard them talking, low voices, occasional laughter. Amanda called me for dinner. I sat down, ate. Emily was talking about work again, some client presentation. He's really good with people, Emily said. Sounds like it, Amanda replied. He should be. He did consulting before this. Where? Chicago. Some big firm. I forget the name. I kept eating. How old is he? Amanda asked. 31. Amanda nodded, twirled pasta on her fork. Is he seeing anyone? Emily paused. Just for a second. I don't think so. He's pretty focused on work. They moved on. Talked about the Netflix show again. I finished my pasta, cleared my plate. Emily left at 9. Amanda went upstairs to read. I sat in the living room with my laptop, opened Facebook, searched Kyle Brennan, found his profile. It was sparse, no relationship status listed, a few photos, mostly professional stuff, conference shots, office photos. But there was one personal photo, posted 4 months ago. Kyle at some outdoor concert, big crowd, summer evening, and next to him, partially cropped out of the frame, was Emily. You could see her shoulder, part of her face. She was laughing. The caption, good music, good company. 32 likes, 8 comments, none from Emily. I zoomed in, looked at what Emily was wearing. Floral sundress. I had seen it before, hanging in her closet the last time I helped her move furniture. I scrolled through Emily's Facebook photos, found the same dress, posted 3 months ago. Different location, coffee shop patio. Caption, summer vibes. Same dress, different day. But Kyle's photo was from 4 months ago. I went back to his profile, looked at the date again, August 14th. I opened my calendar, scrolled back. August 14th was a Saturday. I checked Amanda's calendar, synced to mine. She had been in Austin that weekend, or supposed to be. I pulled up the credit card statements, found August. Hotel charge in Austin, 3 nights. Friday through Sunday. Restaurant charges 2, 1 on Friday. Austin Steakhouse, 1 on Sunday. Bistro Verde, 2 cities over. I closed the laptop, leaned back. Amanda was supposed to be in Austin that Sunday. Emily was at an outdoor concert with Kyle, and someone had dinner at Bistro Verde. I went upstairs. Amanda was in bed, reading some thriller novel. "Hey," she said without looking up. "Hey." I got ready for bed, brushed my teeth, changed clothes, climbed in next to her. She set the book down, turned off the light. "Love you," she said. "Love you too." She fell asleep within minutes. I stared at the ceiling, listened to her breathe, thought about that photo, Amanda and Emily at Wellington Heights, thought about Kyle Brennan, co-founder, COO, 31 years old, thought about all those business trips, all those hotel reservations, all those dinners 2 cities over. Amanda wasn't having an affair. This was something else, something planned, something that involved Emily, and I was being written out of it. Sunday morning, I got up early again, made coffee, opened my laptop, searched Wellington Heights lease agreement, found a sample on their website. Standard stuff, 1 year minimum, though first and last month required, security deposit, for a 2-bedroom that was $8,400 up front. I checked Emily's credit. We had co-signed her student loans years ago. I still had access to her credit monitoring. Logged in, no new accounts, no hard inquiries, which meant she wasn't on the lease. I sat back. If Emily wasn't on the lease, who was? I opened the shared cloud folder again, scrolled through Amanda's documents, found her tax returns from last year, checked her income. Salary plus bonus came to $93,000. Mine was $87,000. Combined, we cleared $180,000. After taxes, closer to $130,000. We had a mortgage, 2 car payments, Emily's student loans that we helped with. We were comfortable, not wealthy. We couldn't afford a second apartment at $2,800 a month, but Kyle Brennan probably could. I searched Helix Dynamics funding, found a press release from 2 years ago. Series A funding round, $8 million. Article mentioned Kyle by name, called him a visionary, said he took a modest salary to reinvest in the company. Modest for a tech co-founder probably still meant 6 figures. I closed the laptop, made breakfast, eggs and toast. Amanda came down at 9. "Morning," she said. "Morning. What are you making?" "Eggs. Can you make me some?" "Sure." I cracked 2 more eggs into the pan. She sat at the table, scrolled through her phone. "What's your schedule like this week?" I asked. "Pretty normal. Couple of meetings, paperwork. Why?" "Just curious." "What about you?" "Site visit on Tuesday, otherwise home." She nodded, still looking at her phone. I plated the eggs, set them in front of her. "Thanks," she said. "Yeah." We ate in silence. My phone buzzed. Text from Emily. "Brunch today?" I looked at Amanda. Emily wants to do brunch. Amanda's face lit up. "Tell her yes." I texted back. "Sure. Where?" "That place on Maple, 11:30. "Okay." Amanda was already getting up. "I need to shower." She disappeared upstairs. I sat at the table, finished my eggs, thought about what I was going to say, thought about what I wasn't going to say. We met Emily at 11:30. The place was packed. Trendy brunch spot with overpriced mimosas and eggs Benedict that cost $18. Emily was already there, sitting at a table by the window. She hugged Amanda, nodded at me. We sat down, ordered drinks. The waiter brought menus. "How's your weekend been?" Emily asked Amanda. "Good. We went to that antique place yesterday." "Find anything?" "Not really, just looked around." Emily smiled, sipped her mimosa. I watched them, the easy way they talked, the shared glances, the inside jokes. They looked like best friends. Not mother and daughter, best friends. "How's work?" Amanda asked. "Really good. We're closing that enterprise deal this week." "That's exciting." Yeah, Kyle has been working nonstop to get it done. There it was again. Kyle. Amanda didn't flinch, didn't ask questions. She already knew. I set my menu down. Is Kyle the guy you were with at that concert? I asked. Emily's eyes snapped to me. What? The outdoor concert, August. I saw the photo on Facebook. She stared at me, like I had just spoken in a language she didn't recognize. You're on Facebook? Sometimes. I didn't know you looked at my profile. I don't usually. Amanda was watching us. Neutral expression. Emily recovered, shrugged. Yeah, that was a company thing. A bunch of us went. Looked fun? It was. She went back to her menu. The waiter came back. We ordered. I got the eggs Benedict out of spite. The conversation moved on, but Emily was different now, careful. She kept glancing at me, like she was recalculating something. We finished brunch, split the check. Amanda hugged Emily goodbye in the parking lot. See you soon, Amanda said. Yeah, love you. Love you too. Emily got in her car, drove away. Amanda and I walked to ours. That was nice, she said. Yeah. We drove home. She turned on the radio. Some talk show. I didn't listen. I was thinking about the way Emily had looked at me, like she had just realized I was paying attention. I didn't go back inside for 3 hours, drove around, no destination, just driving. Ended up at a park near the river. Sat on a bench and watched people jog past. Couples, families, a guy throwing a tennis ball for his dog, normal people doing normal things. My phone buzzed. Amanda. Where are you? I didn't reply. Another text. David, come home. We need to talk. I turned the phone off. Sat there until the sun started going down. Drove home around 6. Amanda was in the living room, sitting on the couch with a glass of wine. She looked up when I walked in. Where were you? Out. I was worried. Sure. I went to the kitchen, made a sandwich, ate it standing at the counter. She followed me in. David. What? I'm sorry. I kept eating. I shouldn't have said those things. Which things? The part where Emily doesn't need me, or the part where you've been lying for months? I wasn't lying. You keep saying that, but the hotel receipts say different. She went pale. What? I set the sandwich down. Phoenix, you paid for 2 nights, not 3, Seattle. 1 night instead of 2, Denver, Austin, same pattern. I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, you do. She grabbed the counter, steadied herself. You went through my receipts? They're in our shared folder. You had no right. I had every right. We're married. That doesn't mean you get to spy on me, I laughed. Spy. That's rich. I'm serious. So am I. Where were you, Amanda? All those nights you were supposed to be at conferences. Where were you? She didn't answer. Let me guess. Wellington Heights. Her eyes widened. How did you? There's a photo. You and Emily. Standing in front of the building. You uploaded it last Sunday. I deleted that. You uploaded it to the shared folder. It auto-synced before you could delete it. She sat down, put her face in her hands. I was helping her move in. For 4 months? We were setting it up, furniture shopping, decorating. And you couldn't tell me. I tried, multiple times. Bullshit. She looked up. Don't talk to me like that. Like what? Like someone who's been lied to. I didn't lie. You just said you were at conferences when you were actually 2 cities over playing house with our daughter and her boyfriend. I was protecting you. From what? From the fact that she didn't want you there. The room went quiet. I stared at her. What? Emily didn't want you involved. She asked me not to tell you. Why? Because she knew you'd disapprove. Of course I disapprove. She's moving in with her boss. He's not just her boss. He's her partner. In what? A startup that could fail in 6 months? In life, David. They're building a life together. And where do I fit in that life? She didn't answer. I nodded. Right. Walked out, went upstairs, packed a bag. Amanda followed. What are you doing? Leaving. You can't leave. Watch me. David, please. I zipped the bag, grabbed my laptop. Where are you going? Hotel? For how long? I don't know. She grabbed my arm. Don't do this. I pulled away. You did this. Went downstairs, got in my car, drove to a Hampton Inn off the highway, checked in. Room 237. It smelled like cleaning products and stale air. I dropped my bag, sat on the bed, stared at the wall. My phone buzzed. Emily. Mom told me you left. This is ridiculous. I turned the phone off, lay back on the bed, closed my eyes, thought about the last 26 years, thought about every small moment I had been minimized, corrected, ignored, thought about Amanda's face when she said Emily didn't want you there, thought about Emily saying you stopped being relevant. I opened my laptop, started making a list. Every lie, every charge, every trip, every moment they thought I wasn't paying attention. By midnight, I had a timeline. 14 months. That's how long this had been going on. Not just Emily and Kyle, Amanda and Emily. Planning, coordinating, building something that didn't include me. I pulled up Emily's social media again. Found a photo from 13 months ago. Emily and Kyle at some tech conference, standing with a group of people. Caption, great panel on growth strategies. I zoomed in. Amanda was in the background, partially hidden by someone's shoulder, but definitely there. I scrolled through more photos. Found another one. Company holiday party. 10 months ago. Emily and Kyle, front and center, and Amanda, at a table in the back, talking to someone I didn't recognize. I reverse image searched the photo. Found the event page. Helix Dynamics Annual Winter Celebration. Guests welcome. Amanda had gone to Emily's company Christmas party. I hadn't even known about it. I kept scrolling. Found another photo. Different event. Some charity 5K. 8 months ago. Emily running, Kyle next to her, and Amanda at the finish line, holding a sign. Go Team Helix. I closed the laptop, lay back, stared at the ceiling. They had been living a whole separate life, and I had been home, watching television, being irrelevant. I thought about what Amanda said. You don't ask questions, you don't participate. She was right. I hadn't asked questions, because every time I did, I got talked over, corrected, made to feel stupid. So I stopped asking, stopped participating, became background noise, and they moved on without me. I sat up, opened the laptop again, searched Kyle Brennan net worth. Nothing concrete. But estimates based on Helix Dynamics funding rounds put him somewhere north of $2 million. I searched Helix Dynamics investors. Found a list. Venture capital firms. A few angel investors. One name stood out. Richard Brennan. I searched him. Kyle's father. Commercial real estate developer. Based in Chicago. Net worth estimated at $40 million. I sat back. Kyle wasn't just some startup guy. He came from money. Real money. The kind of money that made a $2,800 apartment look reasonable. I pulled up the Wellington Heights lease information again, looked at the application requirements, proof of income, credit check, references. For someone like Kyle, that was nothing. But Emily didn't make enough to qualify on her own, which meant Kyle was the primary leaseholder. Emily was just living there. I searched tenant rights in the state we lived in, read through the statutes. If Kyle was the only one on the lease, Emily had no legal claim to the apartment. She was a guest, one he could evict any time he wanted. I opened a new document, started typing. By 3 a.m, I had a plan, not a revenge plan, an exit plan. I was done being irrelevant. I slept 4 hours, woke up at 7, drove to a FedEx office, printed documents, made copies, went to the bank, withdrew $5,000 in cash, went to a lawyer's office, asked for a consultation. The receptionist looked skeptical. Do you have an appointment? No, but I can wait. She made a call, came back. Mr. Patterson can see you in 30 minutes. I waited, read some financial magazine from the waiting room. Patterson came out at 8:30, mid-50s, gray hair, expensive suit. Mr. Ross? Yes. Come on back. His office was all dark wood and leather. He sat behind his desk, gestured for me to sit. What can I do for you? I need to protect my assets. From? My wife. He leaned back. Are you filing for divorce? Not yet. Separation. Maybe. Okay, walk me through the situation. I told him everything. The lies, the apartment, Emily and Kyle. He listened, took notes. When I finished, he set his pen down. Do you have documentation? I handed him the folder. He flipped through it. Credit card statements, hotel receipts, the photo of Amanda and Emily. This is thorough, he said. I'm thorough. So I see. What do you want to do? I want to make sure that if this goes south, I don't lose everything. Understandable. How long have you been married? 26 years. He winced. That complicates things. How? Most states consider anything acquired during the marriage as joint property. You'd be looking at a 50-50 split. Even if she's been lying? Lying isn't illegal, and nothing you've shown me indicates she's stolen from you or committed fraud. So I'm screwed. Not necessarily, but you need to be smart about this. I'm listening. First, don't do anything rash. Don't clean out the bank accounts. Don't cancel credit cards. Don't make large purchases or transfers. Okay. Second, document everything. Keep copies of all financial records. Continue tracking her movements if you can do so legally. Legally? Don't hire a private investigator. Don't install tracking software. Don't break any laws. Got it. Third, consider marriage counseling. I laughed. He didn't. I'm serious. If you go to divorce court, the judge will ask if you attempted reconciliation. If you say no, it reflects poorly. I don't want to reconcile. Then you want to be able to say you tried. I nodded. Fine. Fourth, start separating your finances now. Open a new bank account, in your name only. Start depositing your paychecks there. Won't that look suspicious? You're separated. It's reasonable. We're not officially separated. You're living in a hotel. That's separated. Fair point. Anything else? Yes. Don't talk to your wife about this. Don't tell her you've seen a lawyer. Don't give her any indication that you're preparing for divorce. Why not? Because the moment she knows, she'll do the same thing, and whoever files first has an advantage. I stood up, shook his hand. What do I owe you? First consultation is free. If you decide to retain me, we'll discuss fees. I'll be in touch. I left, drove back to the hotel, sat in the parking lot, opened my phone, turned it back on. 37 missed calls, 23 texts, all from Amanda. I scrolled through them. Please come home. We need to talk. I'm sorry. David, please? You can't just disappear. Call me. I'm worried about you. The last one was from an hour ago. If you don't respond, I'm calling the police. I called her. She picked up on the first ring. David, don't call the police. Where are you? Hotel. Which one? Doesn't matter. Are you okay? I'm fine. Silence. Then, can we talk? We are talking. In person. Why? Because I'm your wife. Are you? Her voice cracked. David, I'll come by tomorrow to get more clothes. That's it? For now. This is insane. No. What's insane is spending 14 months lying to me. I hung up, blocked her number, sat in the car, watched people come and go from the hotel. I went home at noon. Amanda's car was in the driveway. I parked on the street, walked up to the house, used my key. She was in the kitchen, looked like she hadn't slept. Hi, she said. Hi. You look tired. I am tired. I walked past her, went upstairs. She followed. David. I ignored her. Went to the closet, started pulling clothes off hangers. Can we please talk? We are talking. No, we're not. You're ignoring me. I shoved shirts into my bag. She grabbed my arm. Stop. I pulled away. Don't. I'm your wife. So you keep saying. I am. I turned to face her. Then act like it. She stepped back. What does that mean? It means telling me the truth. It means including me in decisions. It means not spending 14 months lying to my face. I didn't lie. Ugh, you keep saying that. I keep not believing you. I went back to packing. She sat on the bed, watched me. Emily wants to talk to you, she said. I don't want to talk to Emily. She's your daughter. Is she? Because she seems to think I'm irrelevant? She didn't mean that. I stopped packing. Looked at her. Yes, she did. Amanda's eyes filled with tears. David, please. Please what? Please forgive you. Please pretend this didn't happen. Please go back to being invisible. I never wanted you to be invisible. Then why did you treat me like I was? She didn't answer. I zipped the bag. I'm going to stay at the hotel for a while. For how long? I don't know. We can work this out. Can we? Yes. How? Counseling, therapy, whatever it takes. I laughed. Now you want therapy. I've always wanted therapy. You're the one who said we didn't need it. Because you never told me there was a problem. I did. You just didn't listen. I stared at her. When? 3 years ago, when I said I felt like we were drifting apart. And I said we were fine. Exactly. Because we were fine. No, David, you were fine. I was drowning. I set the bag down. Drowning. Yes. In what? In you not caring. I care. Do you? When's the last time you asked me about my day and actually listened to the answer? I opened my mouth, closed it. She nodded. Exactly. That's not fair. It's completely fair. I've been working, providing, taking care of this house. And I appreciate that. But marriage is more than paying bills. Then what is it? It's partnership, it's communication, it's being present. I'm present. No, you're here. There's a difference. I picked up the bag. I'm leaving. David, I'll call you. When? I don't know. I walked out, drove back to the hotel, sat in the room, stared at the wall. My phone rang. Emily. I declined the call. She called again. I declined again. She texted. Dad, we need to talk. I didn't respond. Another text. I know you're mad, but you can't just ignore me. I typed back, watch me. She called again. I turned the phone off, lay on the bed, thought about what Amanda said. When's the last time you asked me about my day? I couldn't remember. Not specifically. I asked. I knew I asked. But did I listen? I thought back to last week. Amanda coming home from work, me on the couch, her telling me about some meeting, me nodding, half watching the TV, half listening, not really engaged. And the week before that, same thing, and the week before that. When had I stopped paying attention? I sat up, opened the laptop, looked at our text history. Amanda, can you pick up milk? Me, okay. Amanda, dinner with Jennifer tonight. Me, okay. Amanda, don't forget the recycling. Me, okay. Transactional, functional, not a marriage, a logistics partnership. I scrolled back further, found a text from 2 years ago. Amanda, I miss you. Me, I'm right here. Amanda, that's not what I mean. I never followed up, never asked what she meant. I scrolled further, 3 years ago. Amanda, do you think we should go to counseling? Me, for what? Amanda, I feel like we're disconnected. Me, we're fine. Amanda, are we? Me, yes. She never brought it up again. I closed the laptop, rubbed my face. Maybe she was right. Maybe I had checked out, but that didn't excuse the lying. My phone buzzed. I turned it back on. Text from an unknown number. David, it's Kyle. We should talk. I stared at the screen. Kyle, Emily's boss, her boyfriend, the guy living in the apartment my wife helped decorate. I typed back, how did you get my number? Emily gave it to me. Of course she did. I understand you're upset. Do you? Yes, and I think if we talked, I could help clear things up. I don't need things cleared up. I think you do. And I think you should stay out of my family business. Emily is my family now, too. I stared at those words. Emily is my family now, too. I called him. He picked up on the second ring. David. Don't call me David. You don't know me. Fair enough. Mr. Ross. What do you want? To talk. In person. Why? Because I care about Emily, and she's upset, and I think if we talked, we could resolve this. There's nothing to resolve. I disagree. I don't care. Mr. Ross, please, just meet me for coffee. No. 30 minutes. That's all I'm asking. Why? Because you deserve to hear my side. Your side of what? Of why Emily and I are together. Of why your wife has been helping us. Of why this is a good thing. I laughed. You think this is a good thing? I do. You're sleeping with my daughter, and you think that's good. I'm in a committed relationship with your daughter, and yes, I think it's good. She's 24. She's an adult. She's your employee. She's my partner. In what? Your startup? In life. I hung up, blocked his number, sat on the bed, breathed. Kyle Brennan thought he could fix this, thought he could talk to me like a reasonable person, explain his side, make me understand. But I didn't want to understand. I wanted them all to hurt the way I was hurting. I opened the laptop, started searching. Helix Dynamics. Their website was polished. Professional, team photos, client testimonials, blog posts about innovation and growth. I clicked on the About page, found Kyle's bio. Kyle Brennan, co-founder and COO, brings over 8 years of experience in business strategy and operations. Before founding Helix Dynamics, Kyle worked at Bridgewater Consulting in Chicago, where he led high-impact projects for Fortune 500 clients. Kyle holds an MBA from Vanderbilt University and a BA in economics from Northwestern. When he's not working, Kyle enjoys running, reading, and exploring the city's food scene. Generic, polished, rehearsed. I clicked on the team page, found Emily's photo. Emily Ross, marketing associate, joined Helix Dynamics 1 year ago and has quickly become an integral part of our growth strategy. Emily specializes in brand development and client engagement. She holds a degree in communications from State University. Outside of work, Emily loves yoga, coffee, and spending time with her family. Spending time with her family, I laughed. Clicked on the blog, found a post from 3 months ago. Oh, building culture, why we invest in our people. Written by Kyle. I skimmed it. Buzzwords, corporate speak. But one paragraph stood out. At Helix Dynamics, we believe that great companies are built on great relationships. That's why we prioritize collaboration, trust, and transparency. We're not just coworkers. We're a family. A family. I closed the laptop, went to the bathroom, splashed water on my face, looked at myself in the mirror. I looked old, tired, defeated. I dried my face, went back to the bed, lay down, closed my eyes, thought about what came next. I could file for divorce, split everything 50-50, walk away, start over. But that felt like losing, and I wasn't ready to lose. Not yet. I needed leverage. I needed something that would make Amanda and Emily understand what they had done, not just intellectually, emotionally. I needed them to feel irrelevant, the way I felt. I sat up, opened the laptop again, logged into our joint bank account, looked at the balance, $43,000. Not a fortune, but enough. I opened a new browser tab, searched for apartments, found one. Studio, across town, $700 a month. I called the leasing office. Canyon View Apartments. Hi, I'm interested in a studio. Great, we have one available starting next week. Perfect, can I see it today? Absolutely. When works for you? An hour? See you then. I drove to the complex, met the leasing agent, young guy, too enthusiastic. He showed me the studio. It was small, plain, but clean. I'll take it, I said. Don't you want to think about it? No. Okay, let me get the paperwork. I filled it out, paid the deposit and first month's rent in cash. He looked surprised. Most people use a card. I prefer cash. Cool. You're all set. Keys are ready next Friday. I drove back to the hotel, sat in the parking lot, called the bank. First National, how can I help you? I need to open a new account. Personal or business? Personal. Checking. I can help with that. Can you come into a branch? I'm there in 20 minutes. I went to the bank, opened an account, transferred half the money from the joint account. $21,000. The teller looked concerned. Is everything okay, Mr. Ross? Fine. This is a large transfer. It's my money. Of course. I just wanted to make sure. I'm sure. She processed it. I left. Went back to the hotel, ordered room service, ate, watched TV, fell asleep around midnight. Woke up at 4, couldn't fall back asleep. Opened the laptop, checked the joint account. Amanda hadn't noticed yet. I checked my email, nothing important. I opened Facebook, scrolled through, stopped on a post from Emily, photo of her and Kyle, at some restaurant. Smiling. Caption, date night. Posted 2 hours ago. 37 likes. Amanda had commented, You two are adorable. I closed the laptop, lay back, stared at the ceiling. They were moving on, building their life, without me. And I was in a hotel room, eating room service, watching bad TV, being irrelevant. I sat up. No, not anymore. I grabbed my phone, unblocked Amanda, called her. She answered immediately. David, we need to talk. Okay, when? Now. It's 4 a.m. I don't care. Silence. Then, okay, come home. No, meet me somewhere. Where? That diner on 5th. Now? Yes. Okay. I hung up, got dressed, drove to the diner. She was already there, sitting in a booth by the window. I slid in across from her. She looked terrible. Hi, she said. Hi. The waitress came over. Coffee? Please, Amanda said. Same, I said. She poured. Left. We sat in silence. Finally, Amanda spoke. What did you want to talk about? I want you to be honest with me. I have been. No, you haven't. She sighed. What do you want to know? Everything. That's vague. Fine. Start with when you decided I didn't matter. She flinched. I never decided that. Then when did it happen? David. When? She looked out the window. I don't know. Bullshit. It's not bullshit. I don't have a date circled on a calendar. But it happened. Yes, I leaned back. Why? Because you stopped trying. I've been working, providing. And I've said thank you, but that's not enough. Then what is? She looked at me, really looked at me. I needed a partner, not a roommate. I'm your husband, on paper, but in practice, you're just someone I live with. That's not true. David, when's the last time we went on a date? I opened my mouth, closed it. Exactly, she said. When's the last time you asked? I shouldn't have to ask. Yes, you should. I'm not a mind reader. I told you 3 years ago I felt disconnected. You said we were fine. I told you 2 years ago I wanted counseling. You said no. I told you last year I was lonely. You said I was being dramatic. I stared at her. I don't remember that. Because you weren't listening. The waitress came back. Ready to order? No, I said. She left. Amanda wrapped her hands around her coffee mug. I didn't want this, she said quietly. Want what? To be here, having this conversation. Then why are we? Because you forced it. I forced it? You're the one who lied. I didn't lie. I just didn't tell you everything. That's the same thing. No, it's not. I shook my head. You sound like Emily. Maybe Emily is right. About what? About you. I felt something cold settle in my chest. What does that mean? She looked away. Amanda, what does that mean? It means Emily thinks you've been checked out for years, and she's not wrong. So you discussed this with her? Of course I did. She's my daughter. She's our daughter. She stopped feeling like yours a long time ago. The words hung there. I stood up. Where are you going? Amanda asked. Anywhere but here. David, sit down. No. I threw a 20 on the table, walked out. She didn't follow. I drove. No destination, just drove. Ended up on the highway, took an exit I didn't recognize. Found myself in the parking lot of a 24-hour gym, sat in the car, watched through the windows, people running on treadmills, lifting weights, punching bags. I went inside, paid for a day pass, changed into gym clothes I kept in my car, hit the treadmill, ran. Didn't stop until my legs burned and my lungs screamed. 6 miles, 43 minutes. I stumbled off, sat on a bench, dripped sweat onto the floor. Someone sat next to me. You okay, man? I looked up. Guy in his 30s, tank top, covered in tattoos. Fine, I said. You don't look fine. I said I'm fine. He held up his hands. All right, just checking. He got up, walked away. I sat there, breathing, thought about Amanda's words. She stopped feeling like yours. Emily, my daughter, the kid I taught to ride a bike, the kid who used to wait by the door for me to come home from work, the kid who called me daddy until she was 12. When had that changed? I tried to remember, tried to pinpoint the exact moment, but I couldn't. It had been gradual, small shifts. Daddy became dad. Love you became bye. Hugs became nods, and I let it happen, because I thought it was normal, thought she was growing up. But maybe I was just making excuses. I showered, changed, drove back to the hotel. It was 7 in the morning. I ordered coffee from the lobby, sat in my room, opened the laptop, pulled up the photos again, Amanda and Emily at Wellington Heights, Emily and Kyle at that concert, the company Christmas party, the charity run, all these moments, all these events. And I had been home, watching TV, being irrelevant. My phone buzzed. Emily. I almost didn't answer, but I did. What? Dad, we need to talk. So everyone keeps saying. I'm serious. So am I. Can I come see you? No. Please. Emily, I don't want to see you right now. Why not? Because I'm angry. At me? At everyone. Silence. Then, I'm sorry. For what? For saying you're irrelevant. I didn't mean it. Yes, you did. No, I was upset. You were honest. Dad. Emily, stop. Stop what? Trying to make this okay. It's not okay. I know. Do you? Yes. Then why did you do it? Do what? Exclude me, lie to me, make me feel like I don't matter. Her voice cracked. I didn't mean to. But you did. I wanted Mom's help, and I knew you wouldn't approve. Of Kyle? Of everything. Why? Because you never approve of anything I do. I stopped. That's not true. It is. You thought my major was a waste. You thought my job was pointless. You think Kyle is too old. He is too old. He's 7 years older than me. He's your boss. So what? We're both adults. Emily, you're 24. You don't know what you want yet. Yes, I do. No, you think you do. There's a difference. You don't get to decide that. I'm your father. Exactly. My father, not my owner. I rubbed my face. This isn't about ownership. Then what is it about? It's about you making a decision that could ruin your life. Or it could be the best decision I ever make. Or Kyle could fire you and kick you out and you'll have nothing. That's not going to happen. You don't know that. I trust him. You barely know him. I've known him for a year. A year. That's nothing. It's enough. Emily. Dad. I love him. The words hit me. You love him? Yes. After a year. Yes. I closed my eyes. Do you know how many relationships I thought were love at your age? This is different. It's always different. You don't understand. Then help me understand. She was quiet. Then, he makes me feel seen. Seen. Yes. Like I matter. Like what I think and feel and want actually matters. And I don't make you feel that way. No, you don't. I sat with that. Okay, I said finally. Okay? Yeah, I hear you. So you're not mad anymore. I didn't say that. Then what are you saying? I'm saying I understand why you did what you did, but I don't agree with it, and I don't forgive it. Dad. Emily, you and your mother spent over a year lying to me, planning behind my back, making me feel like I didn't exist, and you want me to just get over it? I want you to try. I am trying. Are you? Yes. Then come have dinner with us. Us? Me and Kyle, I laughed. No. Why not? Because I don't want to meet him. You should. Why? Because he's part of my life now, and I'm not. That's not what I said. But it's what you meant. Dad. Emily, I have to go. Wait. What? Just don't give up on me. I didn't respond. Hung up, threw the phone on the bed, sat in silence, thought about everything she said. He makes me feel seen. Was that my fault? Had I not seen her? I thought back. Tried to remember the last real conversation we had. Not logistics, not how was your day, a real conversation. I couldn't. I checked my calendar, scrolled back through months, looked for events with Emily, found one, her birthday, 6 months ago. We had dinner, me, Amanda, Emily. At some restaurant Emily picked. I barely remembered it, because I had been distracted. Work project. I'd been on my phone half the night. Emily had noticed. Dad, can you put that away? Sorry, just 1 second. But it wasn't 1 second. It was the whole meal, and she stopped trying to talk to me. I closed the calendar, opened my email, searched for messages from Emily, found a few, short, transactional. Can you send me the insurance info? Do you have the login for the storage unit? Thanks. No personal stuff. No, how are you? No, miss you. Just logistics. The same way I communicated with Amanda. I sat back. Maybe they were right. Maybe I had checked out. But that didn't excuse what they did. Lying wasn't the answer. I opened the laptop, pulled up Kyle's LinkedIn again, looked at his connections, found someone interesting, Richard Brennan, Kyle's father. I clicked on his profile. CEO of Brennan Development Group, based in Chicago. Massive portfolio, commercial real estate, high-rises, mixed-use developments. I searched for his contact information, found a business email on the company website, opened a new message, stopped. What was I doing? I closed the email, thought about it. Richard Brennan didn't know me, didn't know Emily, didn't care about my problems, but he might care about his son, and who his son was involved with. I opened the message again, typed, Mr. Brennan, my name is David Ross. I'm writing to you regarding your son, Kyle. He is currently in a relationship with my daughter, Emily. I believe there are some things you should know about this relationship that may concern you as Kyle's father. I would appreciate the opportunity to speak with you at your convenience. Sincerely, David Ross. I read it over. It was vague, ominous, the kind of email that would get a response. I hovered over the send button, stopped. This felt wrong. Not morally, tactically. If I contacted Richard Brennan, word would get back to Kyle. Kyle would tell Emily, Emily would tell Amanda, and I would lose the element of surprise. I deleted the email, closed the laptop, went to the window, looked out at the parking lot, cars coming and going, people going about their lives. I needed a different approach, something quiet, something they wouldn't see coming. My phone buzzed. Amanda. Text. Can we please talk? In person? I didn't respond. Another text. I know you're angry, but we can fix this. I typed back. There's nothing to fix. There is. We just need to try. I'm done trying. David, please. I turned the phone off, lay on the bed, closed my eyes, thought about what came next. I could destroy them, financially, socially, emotionally. But that wasn't enough. I wanted them to understand, really understand, what it felt like to be erased, to be treated like you didn't matter, to watch the people you love build a life without you. I sat up, opened the laptop, started making a new plan. Not an exit plan, a reveal plan. By midnight, I had it. It was simple, elegant, brutal, and completely legal. I just needed to wait for the right moment. Friday came. I picked up the keys to my new apartment. Moved in over the weekend. Didn't tell Amanda, didn't tell Emily. Just moved. The apartment was bare. I bought a mattress, a folding table, 2 chairs. That was it. I didn't need more. Monday morning, I went to work. My boss called me into his office. Ross, got a minute? Sure. I sat down. He leaned back in his chair. Everything okay? Fine. Why? You've seemed distracted lately. I'm fine. You sure? Because if you need some time... I don't need time. He nodded slowly. Okay, just checking. Anything else? No. Get back to it. I left. Went back to my desk. Opened my email. Found a message from HR. Subject. Benefits update required. I clicked it. Standard stuff. Insurance forms. Beneficiary updates. I paused on the beneficiary section. Currently, Amanda Ross. I changed it. Emily Ross removed. Amanda Ross removed. New beneficiary, none. Submitted the form. Closed the email. Felt nothing. My phone buzzed. Amanda. Text. We need to discuss finances. I called her. What about finances? You took half the money from our account. I took my half. Without discussing it? I'm discussing it now. David, that's not how this works. How what works? Marriage. We're not married. Yes, we are. On paper. But in practice, we're just 2 people who used to live together. Silence. Then, you're being cruel. I'm being honest. This isn't you. Maybe it is. Maybe you just never paid attention. I hung up. Blocked her number again. Finished my work. Left at 5. Drove to my apartment. Ordered takeout. Ate standing at the counter. Threw the container away. Sat on the mattress. Opened my laptop. Checked Emily's social media. She had posted a photo. Her and Kyle. At some rooftop bar. Sunset in the background. Caption. Living our best life. Comments rolled in. You 2 are perfect. Couple goals. So happy for you. Amanda had commented too. Beautiful. Love you both. I closed the laptop. Lay back on the mattress. Stared at the ceiling. They were happy. Building their life. Without me. And it was working. They didn't need me. They never had. I was just the person who paid half the bills. The person who showed up. The person who existed. But they were about to learn something. Existing has consequences. Tuesday, I called my lawyer. Patterson, it's David Ross. Mr. Ross, how can I help you? I want to file. For divorce? Yes. Are you sure? Positive. Have you tried counseling? She suggested it. I declined. That's going to hurt you in court. I don't care. Pause. Okay. Come in tomorrow. We'll start the paperwork. Thank you. I hung up. Felt lighter. Wednesday, I went to Patterson's office, signed papers. He explained the process. We'll file next week. She'll be served within a few days. Good. Mr. Ross, I have to ask, are you sure about this? Why does everyone keep asking me that? Because divorce is permanent. So is lying. He nodded. Fair enough. I left, drove to a storage facility, rented a unit, went home, not my apartment, the house. Amanda's car wasn't there. I let myself in, went upstairs, started packing. Books, clothes, personal items, loaded them into my car, Made 3 trips. By 6, everything that mattered was gone. I left the furniture, left the photos, left everything that belonged to both of us. Took only what was mine, locked the door, drove away, didn't look back. Thursday, Amanda called from a different number. I answered. David, how did you get this number? Emily gave it to me. Of course she did. We need to talk? No, we don't. Yes, we do. I went by the house. Your stuff is gone. Because I don't live there anymore. Where are you living? Somewhere else. David. What? This is insane. No. What's insane is spending a year lying to me and expecting me to be okay with it. I wasn't lying. We've been over this. Then why won't you listen? Because there's nothing to listen to. You made your choice. I'm making mine. What choice? To move on. From what? From you, from Emily, from all of it. Her voice broke. You can't just give up. Watch me. I hung up, blocked the number, went to work, focused on a project, lost myself in calculations and blueprints. Went home at 7, my apartment, empty, quiet, perfect. I made dinner, pasta, jar sauce, nothing fancy, ate at the folding table, washed my plate, sat on the mattress, opened the laptop, checked our joint account. Amanda had transferred money back in, put it back to $43,000, left a note in the memo. This is our money. I transferred half of it out again. Left a note. No, it's my money. She called. Unknown number. I answered. Stop taking the money. It's my money. It's our money. There is no our, not anymore. David, please. Please what? Please pretend this didn't happen. Please forgive you. Please go back to being the guy you ignore. I never ignored you. Yes, you did. For over a year. I was helping Emily. By lying to me. I wasn't lying. Then what do you call it? Silence. Then quietly. I call it protecting her. From what? From you judging her. I'm her father. I'm supposed to judge her decisions. Not like this. Like what? Like she's incapable of making her own choices. She is incapable. She's 24. She's an adult. Barely. David. Amanda, I'm done with this conversation. And we're not done. Yes, we are. I hung up, turned the phone off, threw it across the room. It hit the wall, didn't break. I left it there, lay on the mattress, closed my eyes, tried to sleep, couldn't. Got up at midnight, turned the phone back on, 32 missed calls, 47 texts, all from Amanda and Emily. I deleted them all. Opened Facebook. Emily had posted again, photo of her and Kyle, at some fancy restaurant. She was wearing a dress I didn't recognize. Expensive looking. Caption, celebrating. I clicked on the comments. What are you celebrating? Emily replied. New beginnings. Amanda had liked the comment. I closed the laptop, went to the window, looked out at the city, lights everywhere, people living their lives, making choices, building futures, and I was alone in an empty apartment, but I wasn't defeated. I was planning. Friday, the divorce papers were filed. Patterson called. It's done. She'll be served Monday. Good. Mr. Ross, there's something you should know. What? She's going to fight this. Let her. It could get expensive. I don't care. And messy. Good. Pause. You really want to hurt her. I want her to understand what she did. Divorce is a blunt instrument. Then I'm using it correctly. He sighed. Okay, I'll be in touch. Saturday, I went to the gym, ran 8 miles, lifted weights until my arms shook, showered, drove to the house. Amanda's car was there, so was Emily's. I parked down the street, watched. 40 minutes later, they came out. Got in Amanda's car, drove away. I waited 5 minutes, then drove to the house, let myself in. The kitchen table was covered in papers. I looked closer. Financial documents, our bank statements, tax returns, a notepad with Amanda's handwriting. David's income, $87K. My income, $93K. Joint assets, $180K. House equity, $120K. Retirement accounts, $340K. She was calculating what she'd get in the divorce. I took a photo of the notepad, left everything else where it was. Went upstairs, checked the bedroom. Her side of the closet was full, my side was empty. I opened her nightstand, found a journal, opened it. Most recent entry was from yesterday. David is being impossible. He won't listen, won't talk, won't try. Emily is devastated. She thinks he hates her. I told her he doesn't. He's just hurt. But I don't know if that's true anymore. He's so cold, so distant. It's like he's become a different person. Or maybe this is who he always was, and I just didn't want to see it. I closed the journal, put it back, went back downstairs, locked the door, drove away, went to my apartment, sat on the mattress, opened the laptop, pulled up the photo of Amanda's notes. She thought she'd get half. Maybe she would. But she wouldn't get half of me. Sunday, I drove to Wellington Heights, parked across the street, waited. 11 a.m., Kyle and Emily came out. They walked to a coffee shop down the block. I followed, sat at a table in the corner, watched them. They looked happy. Kyle said something. Emily laughed, touched his hand. He smiled, leaned in, kissed her. She kissed back. They looked like a couple, a real couple. Not a 24-year-old and her boss. Just two people in love. I felt nothing. No anger, no jealousy. Just cold calculation. They left. I followed at a distance. They went back to Wellington Heights, disappeared inside. I sat in my car, pulled out my phone, searched Kyle Brennan Helix Dynamics lawsuit. Found nothing. Searched Helix Dynamics complaints. Found a few former employees, claiming toxic work environment, unfair termination, discrimination. Nothing major, nothing that stuck. But it was something. I screenshotted everything, saved it to a folder, kept digging, searched Kyle Brennan personal, found his social media, private Instagram, public LinkedIn, public Facebook. I scrolled through his Facebook, found old photos, college parties, fraternity stuff. One photo stood out. Kyle at a beach, spring break, 10 years ago. He was holding a beer, wearing a shirt that said, "Bros before anything." Comments from his friends, crude jokes, nothing illegal, but not a good look. I screenshotted it, kept scrolling, found more, photos with different girls, comments about conquests, bragging about hookups, all from years ago, before he became a professional, before he built his polished image. But it was there, buried in his timeline, waiting to be found. I saved everything, closed the laptop, drove home, made dinner, ate, cleaned up, sat on the mattress, opened the laptop again, started writing an email.